Man, oh man, it has been a crazy week in the market today or this week. We have pretty much gotten $6,000 this week. We've made a lot of progress. Um, as you can see here, we're outperforming the market, which is good. It's to be expected. We were below the market when it was going down, but the main reasons we were up this week was AMD. It's made a massive run this week. 15% is what you would get in a year. It's made that in a freaking week, which is going insane. And honestly, it should go way further. So that is by far carrying the account, which AMD is the biggest position in my account. Um, Meta and Amazon have also been going insane. I mean, look at this, right? It was at 510 at the bottom and it's gone all the way up to 688. Now, Meta still has a couple of things you need to watch out for instead of just pressing the buy button. They are spending a lot on CapEx, a lot more than people would think, or a lot more than average, you could say, as like a pure basic description. But it's starting to come back. It's doing way better when it comes to stock price. And the VIX is down significantly over the past 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure we have bottomed in this market. Pretty sure it's safe to say that we have, and we might be safe from here on out till like a couple of weeks. But it still could go just directly back down depending on what happens in the world, like if Iran gets worse. But as you can see here, we were down like $6,000 last week, so now we're only down 1,000. I was DCAing all the way down when the market was not crashing, but when it had that reset. So we are performing quite well, as you can see here. AMD has a massive has been helping out massively. Honest, that one's going up, and it's only going to continue going up because of the share buyback in that stock. But we'll get into that in like a different video. So very pleased with what we were able to do this week. The Fear and Greed Index is at 68. Literally 2 weeks ago, it was at like 14 in extreme fear. Like right here, that 1 week ago, 36. It's strange how fast this can move from extreme fear to greed based off of nothing really changing in the world, just based off of like investor sentiment. That's always been an interesting thing, but that's always why you stay in the market, right? If you pull out when it's extreme fear, you probably won't have enough time to get back in by the time it's going to greed, because it went from fear to greed in less than a week. So it's better to just stay in the market. At least that's what I've learned. Inflation is finally going down. This isn't directly related to inflation, but it is a good tell sign on like how inflation will be in the future. Right, so we're seeing that come down, which is really good. That is exactly what we want to see. We want it to come down a little bit more because it's up around 30% this year, and that's insane. But that's good. Good news. Investor sentiment is still actually kind of off. This is a little weird because we just looked at that greed index. Having 42% of investors being bearish for the next 6 months is actually interesting. But that also means that if you're not in the market, if you sold out of your positions, you probably still have a little bit of time to get back in the market. Because if we're slamming up right now and we only have like 30% bullish right now, whereas like the average is 37 to 40%. We got some ways to go, right? Some people are going to continue moving to the bullish side throughout the couple of weeks. So I expect the market to go up, not like only green days, but to average up over the next couple of months, hopefully. Some really cool news I came across was that we have had the longest win streak in 34 years. I want to say it was 13 days. And if Monday is green, it'll be 14. And I have no idea how long that is. But oil prices have dropped 9%. And we have topped 7,100 for the first time ever for the S&P 500. Congratulations to all of you guys that own stock in the S&P 500. But yeah, 13-day streak, which has marked the best run for tech since 1992. That's insane. So you best believe we got a couple of W's this week. Like this graph says, we are back to record highs. I think I put this in here just to show you guys that the market recovers extremely fast and it's extremely hard to time. I do not recommend timing the market. A lot of people would sell somewhere right here and try to buy in when it's lower, but you never know, right? There were people expecting it to get lower at the low. And that's how that always works. And then when it comes up, you still expect it to go back down, right? Like that's what happened in 2022, where the market just kept going back down. But we're back at all-time highs. And this is actually something important for you guys to understand, right? If you miss the 10 best trading days over a 10-year period, you half your returns. That should be massive, okay? You half your return if you miss 10 days out of 10 years, okay? So it is by far the best strategy to stay in the market. Don't sell because you're scared because of what's happening. Iran's not really affecting our corporations, right? I mean, you could argue the airlines and, oil prices, but a lot of the tech stocks, they don't use oil. So a lot of this was just because everyone was selling, right? When we're sheep, right? When one person sells, everybody sells, and that stacks up. So, guys, I'm newer to this, but let the data speak, right? If you miss the best 10 days over a 10-year period, you're cooked, all right? You're going to miss literally half of your returns, okay? That also proves that DCAing down when the market is going down, that's the best strategy, in my opinion, because then your newer investments, when you DCA down, gets those 10 days that the market just completely outperforms. So yeah, AMD has, like I said, was on a big run. We're at 280 right now. The price target for this year, the average was 290. If we can reach 290, we're going to rocket ship, because usually when a stock reaches a price target, a lot of people who have averaged under that price target move them up. So now the price target moves up, and now everyone seems more bullish on the stock. So it's going to keep moving up, keep going, keep going, keep going until we're probably like 340. So that is a really cool sign. What we want to be careful of is we've seen 2 times in the past where it just drops all the way back down. But honestly, if it drops back down, I'm definitely going to be buying me some more at 190. I'll tell you guys what I think the price is going to be in the next like 4 or 5 years. It's still not too late to invest into any stock, let alone AMD stock. This is a graph of AMD's revenue and potential. Right now we are on Q4. This is the last yellow bar. As you can see, we have a ways to go. These next couple of years are actually going to be insanely fun. This is only 1 year, and we're almost like, I'd say, going up 33%. AMD is about to release a chip that's going to be very popular on the market. I think it's called the M450 or something like that. So there's still time to invest into AMD, and I'm extremely bullish on this company. It's actually one of my safer type of investments that I really think is almost guaranteed based off of how they're positioned. It's the biggest holding I have in my account, but you don't want to be buying whenever they've already made the growth. because it's too late then. The move's already ran, right? We've run up big time this week, but we're going to continue going on as long as market continues to drift positive. So here's the earnings per share ratio. Like I said, like it's going to rocket ship the next year. You could still technically buy it right now. I would be a little careful, right? It is at all-time highs, but I would start positioning if you don't have anything in AMD. But that's my opinion. Yes, so this is the price target I have set for AMD in 4 years at a bear case, minimum 550. That's if they don't perform well, if chips are not the leading sector over the next couple of years, right? If something happens to the industry or to AMD's movements, 550 should be where it's at 4 years from now. And if everything goes as planned, a little bit above average, we're going to be at 1700. I'm really thinking that this stock is going to explode. Think about it. They're in NVIDIA's sector. NVIDIA's a $4 or $5 trillion company. I don't know the market cap for AMD, but it's in, oh, right here, $450 billion. They have to like, what is that? 5x their market cap before they even get near NVIDIA, right? I don't expect them to be, or to overcome NVIDIA in 4 years. Definitely not. But they are NVIDIA's first challenger, and they're going to be taking market share if they play this right. And they took market share off of Intel a couple years ago. They already know how to do this game, right? They've already done it before. So I'm excited to see what happens with this, and I'm really bullish on this. I think that this can go very far. And it's still technically at a deal, even though forward PE is high. The 2-year PE is at 19. So that's actually pretty low for a 2-year PE based off of the growth that I just showed you guys on this graph, right? Then that's a single year. So technically it's still a buy right now, even though it moved high. So market averages, we're at a decent level, right? If the market PE ratio average is below 15, you're getting a steal deal, man. Like you ain't ever getting a deal like that before. We just barely touched 20, and that's where we're starting to go on sale, right? Where we got like a 30% discount at like Walmart, you know, we're getting okay. Anything above a 25, definitely would not do. We've only been over there a couple of times. But the market we're in, even though we're at all-time highs, there are still deals all over the place because we're averaging a 20 PE ratio. When literally 6 months ago we were at like a 24. So you definitely still have time to get in positions that you sold out, and still have the ability to make a run, even if the market's not the best the next couple of weeks. Earnings for next week, the ones I'm going to be looking at are United Health. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. Vertiv, Amex, and Tesla. Those are the big ones I'm looking at. I own AXP, a little bit of it. Vertiv will tell us how good the tech sector is going to be. It'll give us like a little bit of a hint on what's going to happen. Tesla, that's just a big number. I don't expect much from them. I'm just going to check it out. But yeah, that's the earnings this week or next week. And those of you that are not subscribed, bro, what are you doing, man? Come on, help me out here. Let's learn together. For the 4.7% that are subscribed, bro, you're my G. You're my dog, right? I appreciate everything you guys can give me. And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll be able to pump 2 videos out next week. I don't have work. So hopefully I'll be able to update you guys twice next week on what's happening in the market, where we're at. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week.